Well, hey, welcome. I would say this end of year broadcast that we're doing every single month for the last 6, 7 months. Jay and I have sat down and talked and given you guys an update of what's been going on. We've taken a look at some of the initiatives that they're doing. We've taken a look at what's happening in collegiate ministries. We've taken a look at what's happening in international student ministries, all of this stuff. But our goal is always to honor you, continue to inform you, keep you updated on what's going on. And here in this December update, Jay, I want to welcome Jay, and I'm also going to introduce James King a little bit later on and loop him into the conversation. But Jay, what are some of the top things? What are some of the highlights for from November and early December that you want to share with the group?
Well, looking back, I feel like I'm just so proud of our staff, really, because the last few months have been the continuation of what we've had most of the year, with the real difficulty with the pandemic that's continued, as well as the racial injustice that we've been aiming to respond to also in our discipleship as well. So I'm very proud of our staff for doing that, for adjusting and somehow keeping hope and keeping Jesus at the center through it all. I think that one of the specific things lately that I wanted to share with you, Tommy, and our other friends is that, in Chicagoland, we have some excellent Bible schools, including Moody Bible Institute and Wheaton College, Trinity, and North Park, and others. And we have decided that we'd like to begin to do some recruiting there for staff to work with the Navigators. And so if we could create something that would be doable as a student, and and also give them a real practical exposure if they're qualified, that we really want to try to do that. So we're just starting a new initiative that'll start in January for that, for some provisional staff positions.
Yeah, we're calling this.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Jay, you call it this provisional staff initiative as well too. Do you have any details, like how many hours are you looking, what areas of the ministry they're going to be serving in?
Yeah, so it'd be 10 hours a week. So that'll include their preparation time as well as contact hours with whichever people that they're doing the discipleship with. And we're hoping to bring them alongside our campus ministry, the collegiate ministry, for one provisional staff, and then another one with our international students, and then one with our Nations Within team, and then one with our 20s.
Very good. And so, Jay, for these provisional, are you looking for more undergrad, freshly grad school? What type of guys are you looking at?
I mean, what I've been hoping for is those that are upperclassmen, like, they're in their junior year or in their senior year, and they're starting to think about what they'll do after they graduate. But it could be that it appeals to some that are, sophomores or freshmen, or people that have already graduated. So at this point, we'd like to take a look at all those that apply, and then go from there. Got it.
You and I were talking about the total budget probably for that is about $30,000. Where are you guys at financially? How much have you raised so far?
So far, out of that 30 that's needed for the program, we have $9,000 that has come in. And so that leaves us about 20 that's left, 21.
Got it. Hey, for those who are listening, a lot of times is if you really love to partner before the end of the year, we will love your help, because it allows us to really be able to take some of the brightest students from some of the campuses at Wheaton College, at North Park, Northern Seminary, Trinity, Moody Bible Institute, to really be able to come alongside and continue to help Navigators as well too. So thank you very much. Hey, so for you, and this is where I'm going to loop James in, there is going to be a change in your life, but also Chicago as well too. So Jay, I'm going to turn it over to you to share some updates.
Yeah, so related to that, I've been in the role of the city director here for little more than 6 years. And so it seems time to have a change. And so next summer or next fall, I'll be stepping aside from that role, and there'll be another one or perhaps co-directors that come and take my place. I'm really excited about this because I feel that the overall work as well as a team would really benefit from fresh ideas, fresh thoughts, and also from hopefully someone that is a bit younger and someone that's not a white male. Nothing against white males, because I'm one myself, but I think we've had one now for it'll be 7 years by that time. And I'd like to see that change, partly because the city is so diverse itself.
Got it. Now, Jay, is your plan, and I'm going to ask James because he's going to lead the team to look for that replacement. For you, are you going to stay within Navigators or are you going to stay in the Chicago Midwest area?
Oh, yes, I definitely plan to stay in Chicago, stay with the Navigators. I'm not sure what my next role will be, but I don't have any job that I'm jumping to or another place to go to right now.
You got it. James, I'm going to loop it over to you. Is you are the associate director in the Chicago region, and you manage a lot of the different staff here in Chicago. What's the latest on the search?
I was asked to lead the search committee, or we're calling it transition working group team. And so, for me, before I explain a little bit of what I will be doing, I just wanted to say, as a good friend to Jay and having worked with him all these so many years, it's a bittersweet time for me. It's finding someone that will take Jay's position or responsibilities is going to be a bit sad for me. But I think he heard from the Lord, and I think he is making a good decision by thinking of stepping down after 7 years. Right now, what we did was we have a team of 7 people who are on the transition working team, and we were asked to do 3 things. One is look for candidates, and then secondly, interview the candidates, and then after that, we'll make recommendations of the best candidate or candidates to the field directors at the national level or at headquarters. We're looking in-house first, so we're wanting someone from Chicago, a Chicago staff, to take Jay's position instead of having someone from outside coming in for this role.
You got it. Jay, what's your plan? How long will you be staying on with the team?
So I'll be in the director's role until next September. That's the plan. And then, like I said, I'm finding that I love Chicago, so I don't plan to leave.
You got it. Well, hey, thank you so much, Jay and James, for coming on. And I've gotten a chance to work with you now for the last 6 to 8 months, and I've appreciated your leadership. I look forward to the next stage, but it's been a great pleasure just working with you. And we'll still have about 9 months working together as well, too. Yeah.
Absolutely. Right.
Jay, James, I'm going to turn it over to you. I'm going to wrap up. Any last words for people as we wrap up this session and we head into the Christmas holidays? James, I'm going to ask you first.
Sure. Well, the ministry, the work that we're doing here in Chicago can't really be done just, by staff or among staff. It has to be, a group of people that are praying for us and also supporting us. But, prayer is such an essential part of what we're doing and how we're doing this. And because it's really about being connected to Jesus and listening to what he wants us to do. And then the second thing is we just want to say thanks to all the staff and prayer partners as well for really sustaining us to the work that we're doing. And it's a complicated work in some ways because it is a very a complicated time that we're living in. But, the pure gospel or the gospel of Jesus is simple. It's about Jesus, right? And so we're really excited to continue just serving him, living for him, and making him known to others.
Yeah, very, very good. Jay, thoughts as we wrap up the year?
Well, I really agree with what you just shared, James. And it's a joy and a privilege both to work with both you two, but also to work alongside the rest of this team. And, the overall aim of the Chicago Navigators is to strengthen the body of Christ in Chicago for the shalom of the city, for the well-being of the city. And I'm excited to do that along with also the rest of the body of Christ here. And thanks for the very heartfelt words earlier, James. It meant a lot to me. I've really enjoyed working with you, and I expect we'll continue to work, even though I won't be in the same role. And Tommy, it's been super getting to know you and working alongside you as well.
You got it. Well, gentlemen, it is time for us to wrap up our time together. For those who are watching this, thank you so much for being part of the Navigators Chicago family and even the work of Navigators as a whole. And I hope, as we look at the Provisional Staff Initiative as a project, as we look at everything that we're trying to do, on this year, I know a lot of times it's a tough year for many. Would you consider supporting the work of Navigators Chicago? We would be honored. We continue to covet your prayers and help, but we ask you directly, and we just don't try to do this every single time we talk with you. But as the year wraps up, would you consider making a financial gift to the work of Navigators Chicago? And so thank you on behalf of all three of us. Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Yep. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.